Congratulations, Bama fan. Whoever you are out there, our mighty champion Jalen is gone. No more Miroceptions or Jalen fumbles. But there's still a stench in the air, bold and thick. It's the stench of that Sheridan clown, you know. I call him Slick.
Mischievous and deceitful, chicanerous and deplorable.
Welcome to Around the Herd. Roll Tide, Alabama fans. Roll Tide, roll. Welcome to the aftermath of the 2024 season and the close of the 2024 winter portal. And welcome to Tide Sports. This is an Alabama football megacast. We are the people's Crimson Tide broadcast on whichever virtual space you can find me. Here on Tide Sports, we talk all things Alabama, mostly football and basketball, and men's and women's golf, which will dominate the greens this season. You watch and see, which is why the Crimson Tide is always making a run for national championships. And as we go along and talk Tide sports, we have to address the haters, the doubters, the small-minded people that try to stop the tide from rising. To them, I say good luck stopping the most powerful force that collegiate sports has ever known. Tide fans, greetings, and may God keep you all. Please tip a brother on your way in and place your fingertip on that subscribe button and link up to Tide Sports. I'm here to stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and push it down into your funny bone sometimes. As we watch the Tide ride back to the highest of highs again. Can we do it? We're going to find out. Tide fans, this channel is on the way to thousands and thousands of subs. With your help, Tide Sports will be heard by Bama fans around the globe and hated, just straight hated by the others while they listen in their pee-stained drawers. That's underwear to all y'all people up north. Roll Tide and peace and blessings to you. Well, oh, somebody's already in the chat. Who is it? I bet you it's me. That's my buddy. It's me. Jared Jones is making Miro an offer prior to come out. Hey, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to, not to that point, but I am going to address that. But after the reliable debacle, Miro stood before the reporters, and he faced the public, which is more than I can say to the guy that was calling plays in his ear. So I just wanted to listen to this briefly and just hear what he had to say on his way out the door. He didn't make his announcement here, but, you know, he spoke from the heart. So I'm going to listen a little bit. Listen with me, please.
To the fans and up and down season overall, what would you say now that the season's come to a close?
I think for all of us, we have short-term goals, long-term goals that we want to accomplish as a team. But one thing that's for certain is the commitment level of everybody on the team and stay grounded throughout the whole process. That's what I take away more than anything is how much, I love being around the guys that we had in this locker room, the coaching staff that was here, everything involved with it. And it's the stuff that we miss, as a group, and as a fan base. But, man, it was awesome just to be around great people each and every day with my teammates and also with my coaches.
you talk about this coaching staff that's here. Going back to January, you were one of the guys that was kind of vocal on staying.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the season didn't go how you want, how glad are you that you stayed and stuck with Coach
No
Sport?
matter if we won that championship, no matter if we had the outcome we had today, I was super appreciative of the coaching staff that we had with the change coming from January. And it's been nothing but blessings along the way. I'm going to continue to appreciate them no matter what. You know, I love everything along the process of just being around them, learning football, and just constantly building.
You know, you learn a lot through failure. And I think Slick Sheridan has exposed him to every bit of failure that he can possibly muster out of his dark heart.
Have you made a decision regarding the NFL?
Right now, I'm just gonna, try to soak up this moment today, and not really try to focus on any.
Don't soak up nothing from that day.
If this is your final game, what is it for Alabama? What does it mean to be the quarterback of Alabama?
It means a lot. A lot of doubt. A lot of things along the process. The one thing for certain is that I just remain faithful. I met a lot of great people along the way. It's truly an honor to wear the script day each and every Saturday, win or loss. I don't take it lightly at all. It's been an amazing journey just to see wearing the script day, being a leader, being a captain for this amazing football team. Along this journey, it's been a lot of eye-opening things. I've learned so much that's going to help me catapult me to anything that I want to achieve with being a quarterback at Alabama. And I'm truly honored, blessed, no matter what. No matter if we win every single game, no matter if we lost, I'm truly appreciative to play quarterback, and play at the Division I level, and be able to have the opportunity to play. That's what I take away beyond anything. And so I'm just truly honored, thankful, and just want to always give praise.
How much did
Jalen's a good guy. There have been times when people have thrown people under the bus. I don't know if he knew what to expect from Slick Sheridan or Coach Kalen DeBoer. We know Coach Kalen DeBoer is a good dude. It seems. I just think Slick was in over his head, and I think Slick is lucky he was dealing with Jalen, because I don't know, there's some quarterbacks I know, man, threw something at him. I'm talking about from the field to the press box.
rain impact the turnovers early?
They're just external factors, that pour into the game.
I would have.
That we just have to limit. No matter what goes on during a game, we have to limit turnovers, despite anything. And so that was just definitely something that was a bump along the road during the game, and something that we just had to regroup once we got to the sideline.
Did you have to change your cleats at all?
Yeah, I definitely did have to change my cleats. It was a slippery grass, different surface that we've been on before. So we're just trying to get the right traction, so we can perform a bit.
Fire the equipment manager, by the way. Put him in the port.
I love Coach DeBoer. It's been an honor to be around him, learn so much football, be around him. He's been great, uplifting. Constantly met with him throughout the season, just trying to build and just trying to get better each and every day. So I love and appreciate him for all that he's done, how much he's poured into me. And so I just want to give thanks to him, because he's been an amazing coach and been awesome to be around him.
What does it mean to be kind of the face of his first, Alabama team? Like, to be that the face.
9
of
wins ain't bad for your first year.
Absolutely, it's been
In most places.
despite
Not out.
anything with the change or whatever, football is a beautiful vehicle to allow you to meet a lot of great people. And one thing that is for certain was meeting Coach DeBoer along this process. When it initially was hardship with the staff change, it became something really good, and meeting him. And so I can definitely say that it was just great to just be around him, learn, and just be able to expand my knowledge of the game, just being around him.
When did you change your cleats? After the first quarter?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
First quarter. No, he changed him after the game, man. Well, that's enough of that. Good to hear from Jalen. I think he's a very good guy, and Jalen leaves the Crimson Tide to try his hand at the NFL. And I'll let you know now, there's some teams out there that really need him, especially my Steelers. Woo! I know his NFL future A lot of people like to snicker about it. A lot of people like to jeer at it and, thought of him being successful in the league. But I'm reminded that the worst among the Tide Nation gave Jalen Hurts the business for trying, for every game he played. And many people just could not even see him going to the NFL. But when he left for Oklahoma, I said it then and I say it now. I side with all players who are trying to do the best thing they can do for mama, or taking care of home. And that's what our 2024 QB1 is doing. Now, I didn't want to see him out there at USC with Lincoln Riley because he could have went out there, and got it together like Tyler did, like he, watched him produce Baker, watched him turn Jalen around. I didn't want to see that, or going to see Coach Lanning in Oregon. But I'm glad he got away because I just don't think Slick Sheridan was going to be the man to turn him into a top-tier quarterback. And that's what he needs. He needs somebody to help to develop him. So I wish Jalen the best. Get ready for the combine where your 4.3 or 4.4 or maybe 4.25 should get you drafted by the end of day 2. But here on Tight Sports, and Steelers should get you in day 1. Seriously. But right here on Tight Sports, we are wishing you day 1 success in the draft, Jalen Milroe. Buddy, I just want to see you do good. But here's a question. Go to the chat real quick. Let's see. You can tell that young man was raised by good people. Yes, sir, you can. And we don't see it all the time. I'm just telling you. We don't see that all the time. Most of the time, but not all the time. But here's a question I got before I go back to the comments. Why did Jalen regress so much? After receiving Heisman votes to none, the offensive line was pretty much the same. They were going to let some people through, and then some people weren't going to get through. And after Tide Nation, after we ran off Seth McLaughlin, who's living his best life in the playoff, recovering from injury at Ohio State. Get well soon, Seth. I think he tore an Achilles or something with his ankle. But Jalen had more passing touchdowns last year, had more wins, had more rushing yards. But Slick made sure that Jalen focused on the rushing TDs, He got that number up there. I think he has 20 on the season. I guess that was the easiest thing to do, but let's take a brief look. And I do mean very brief look at the other quarterbacks that Slick has had a chance to develop into top-notch talent. I mean, y'all got to remember, people was all over Tommy Rees. First years of first years. They said Tommy Rees was a disaster and he took us to the playoff with Milroe. He made a really questionable call. It was bad execution, whatever it was, but we lost in overtime to Harbaugh. But I digress. No need to be the retired GOAT. Let's take a look at Nick Sheridan real quick to get a sense of why he's held in such high regard by Kalen DeBoer, if nobody else. And I do mean nobody else. After being a GA at Tennessee in 2016, he went to Indiana to be the quarterback coach in 2017. Then he switched to tight ends coach in 2019, which is actually kind of a weird thing to do. But anyway, then he went back to QB and OC in 2021. That was at Indiana. Then he moved to the Huskies with Kalen DeBoer in 2022. And his pitiful aura was dragged to Tuscaloosa in 2024 because he was available. And until today, our first and second options were not available. More on that later. So let's take a look at the job he did as OC QB and coach at Indiana. Now, to be nice, that was the COVID era, and the Hoosiers had a record of 6-2, 6-2 record. But guess who the quarterback was? Michael Penix. If you extend it to a 12-game season, it kind of feels like 8-4, maybe. Not far from 9-4 where we are now, which is great for Indiana. The QB, like I said, was Michael Penix, who was obviously, carried Slick because when Penix got hurt in the 6th game of the season, the quarterback play was atrocious. The defense carried the day for them. By the way, that coach who spent 6 seasons at Indiana, I think his name is Allen, he's now the linebacker coach in the playoffs with Penn State. Ain't that something? However, when you look at the winning done by Indiana and Washington with Penix, a few glaring differences just pop out at you. A few things that were missing from the inaugural season of Coach DeBoer and Slick. Indiana played some of the sorriest defenses I've ever seen. The majority of Penix's big plays were 9 routes and 50-50 balls or a combination of both of them. Which that don't work too well in the SEC. I don't know if nobody check that out. If the safety is not headed to the NFL, the quarterback usually is more than it usually is on half of the teams that we play. So, and let's face one thing too. Penix has always had what they consider to be like first-round arm talent. First-round arm talent. Milroe needed a great year to prove that he could be a first-round talent. I don't know if anybody's going to say, his deep balls may be first-round talent, but the rest of that stuff, you need to prove that now. And it didn't happen. But not an arm does a great QB make. Additionally, at Washington, amazingly enough, at Washington, somebody's calling in on the bat line, not understanding that I am with the people right now. Cut that off. Additionally, at Washington, they were able to allow Dylan Johnson, he's out there in the NFL somewhere, he was allowed to rush the ball from the running back position 233 times, while Penix ran the ball 35 times at Washington while not being sacked for the entire season. I'm just sorry. You playing in the SEC, you not going. I don't know. I can't say it because I ain't look it up, but I don't think nobody's going sackless. Not even them things back there where Spurrier was just the ball just leave. I mean, Nico, he releases the ball quicker than anybody. Him and Jackson, what's his name? Jackson Dart. I don't think you're going the whole season in the SEC without getting. That's just me. I could be wrong. Let's go back to this 233 times. Jalen led the running back room in rushing. Speaking of Jalen running back room, I heard a guy say that when they had Jalen Hurts come to the Senior Bowl, the question that they got the most concerning Jalen Hurts were, are y'all going to run him at running back? And he said, not me, this guy said he does not expect to get that question about Jalen Hurts, about Jalen Milroe, like he did about Jalen Hurts. That's crazy. And, Jalen got a little bit better with his passing. And people were saying, y'all going to bring him to Senior Bowl, he's going to play running back. I'm pretty sure there will be one dip in the room that may ask that question, but I'm just telling you, you pay him a lot of money, but Jalen is not a running back. That's an insult to running backs, to be honest. He runs fast. Maybe he'll be a great decathlete, but he is not a running back. He don't like contact. Hello. So anyway, well, that's, this whole thing of not being sacked and, having a running back carry the ball 233 times, which Jam would have loved that. Justice would probably still be here if he could have got a third of that or 40% of that. But that wasn't our experience at Tide Nation. But while Slick was he was on the staff at Washington, it appears that Ryan Grubb was an integral piece in the Huskies' run into the 2023 playoffs. And the good news about all that is that the 12th man wanted Ryan Grubb ground into a fine dust into Seattle so they could toss him over to the Puget Sound. So much so that they fired that man today. Now, so maybe there's a chance that changes may be happening at the capstone. Now, Grubb could go just take another team. He can go take a San Diego State or go over to the ACC. He may take that job at Marshall. I don't know. You never know. Somebody may have peed this Kool-Aid that's over here at the capstone. He may not want to deal with them guys. But I just pray that calls are being made because we really, really need to upgrade. Let me go back to the chat. It's me coming through again. Ty, how long does it take to be called a dynasty? AU has 40 season. I tell people, the Saban dynasty has come and gone. But if you go back and look at the old Chinese Empire thing, and you see they had several different dynasties. So we lived up under, oh gosh, I didn't live up under, but if you go back, there was a multiple championship winning coach before Coach Bryant. I can't think if it was Wallace Wade or who it was, but that guy was a horrible basketball coach, but he was a good football coach. But that was way before me. Then you had the Bryant dynasty. It was long, everything. But talking about our friends over on the plains, they have what you call it's a program, and I can't find the right adjective. It's a competitive program. They've had legendary success, historical success with legendary players. Because I tell you, I don't. People may not like this about me. I think Cam Newton is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I think he's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm a Bobby Humphrey dude, Herschel, whatever, Bobby Humphrey, man, whatever. But Cam, I don't even know Cam could have played at Alabama because of our offense or whatever, but I think we would have figured something out. Really could have used him with Slick calling the plays. But, I don't know. Have they had a dynastic era on the plains? I don't know. That's for them chumps to figure out. Let's see. It's Me also says that Penix carried Caitlin. He called Coach DeBoer Caitlin. That's between that man and his God and our coach. That's not the choice word. But he's pretty consistent with. He's standing on that Caitlin thing. That's what I can see. I mean, that talent. He got hurt. He got hurt at Indiana. I did see him run that play in where same play that Jalen runs, where you're like 5-yard line in the red zone and you pull out and you go around the side. Yeah, he ran that play at Indiana. He didn't run that stuff at Washington because, like I said, his body was pretty beat up by the time he got to Washington. So what's next? I'm pretty sure that the athletic director, Greg Byrne, will have the needed conversations with Coach DeBoer on behalf of all the Crimson Tide benefactors, both small like me, maybe like you, and the ones that add juice to the program. That NIL collective juice that helps players stay the course at Alabama. For now, the Tide is still piecing it together. And what we're dealing with now is we're still rated like in the top 3 on most recruiting sites with the class we have coming in. It's highlighted by like 4 All-Americans of consensus 5 stars. And a guy I refuse to call Latsier Brooks anything else but a 7-star. Out of all the film that I reviewed, Latsier Brooks from New Jersey, they have not granted him the 5th media granted star, but you will love him if he makes it on campus. He's 5'10", 185-pound dynamo that has set records at the beginning of his senior campaign. Please go check out my videos. Look for Latsier Brooks. Check them all out. And you'll see I think I got a couple that I have to still release, but this kid is just awesome. I mean, he turns it up. He really does turn it up. But I did 3 videos of people who actually have already jumped from Alabama to other programs, but they still out there. I ain't gonna get rid of them. Who knows? NIL and portal, it may end up coming back. But with the closing of the fall portal, I'll try to tell you where we are as far as our losses. We had 2 people to jump into the portal this week. No, 3. But the biggest loss was sad to know that Elijah Pritchett, our starting right tackle for the majority of the season. He has entered the transfer portal. Ah. Pritchett is a former 5-star product from, actually born at Fort Benning. So he's from Columbus, Georgia. He went to Carver, and now he gone. He started in 12 or 13 games, and he started for Caden Proctor because he had a shoulder injury, injured himself in pregame warmups, and then he started at right tackle at the week 3 on. I think him and Wilkin Foreman kind of went back and forth, but I think Elijah was out there most of the time. He's 6'6", 327 pounds. And man, when I tell you, really gonna miss him. But they said he had the team worst 31 pressures and 6 sacks, according to Pro Football Focus. I want to make sure I say that again. Pro Football Focus said that. I did not say that. Just in case I'm walking around Muskogee County, Georgia, I don't want to get punched in the face. Now, he will have 2 years of eligibility left, but just when he was coming into his own, he's out of here. Thanks for the contribution, and I pray this is what's best for his family. I was just looking at some other recruits. Y'all may remember a guy named Ajayi Hill. Ajayi Hill was a receiver for us. He got in trouble, and he really was dismissed from the team. So he had to go. Then he went to Texas. Got in trouble again. So he had to go. Then he went to UCF, and he never enrolled in school. And I thought it was really weird that he's going to another school. He's in the portal again. I was just doing a little research on the guys that go into the portal twice. Like basically like trying to find out where not the grass is green on the other side of the road, but they check on the other side of the road and down on the other side of town. Well, this guy is about come to the end because I think I just wrote down he's going to Sacramento State, and I have never, ever in my life heard of Sacramento State. But I wish him the best, man. But making 2 jumps. Now, Barry Alexander, he did get a chance. He went from Georgia to USC to Oregon. Now, first of all, I don't know what he's going to be classified as, but he should have had a strength that he needs. He was already kind of dominating, but he really should dominate now because he's about a 21-year-old sophomore or something. But you got to be careful because I think going to the NFL when you're 32 may not be a good idea. But back to what I was talking about, the Tide is On3 had us rated as number 2 nationally. What recruiting services is 24/7 has us rated number 2 as well, and Rivals has us as number 4. We're behind Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, but we're still at number 4. But when I look at the number, we've only signed about 22 people in our class. No, we had 3 people take off. But I'm wondering you're still looking to take some people from the JUCO or some people with some experience that you still can work with. Because you got to remember, you take a JUCO now, he at least has 3 years, if not 4. I don't know how they count that thing, but it ain't 2 no more. And the 4 consensus 5 stars we have is Keelan Russell, of course, coming in. He's a flip from SMU. Y'all remember that? Keep that in mind. Michael Carroll. Like Michael Carroll, he's at IMG Academy. He said he wants to build a pipeline from IMG Academy to the University of Alabama. I like how he's thinking. Dijon Lee, he's coming in from Mission Viejo, California. Every time I see Viejo, I try to make sure I get it out correctly. But he's a defensive back. And Jackson Lord, one of the big mean and uglies from Carmel, California. 6'6", or is that 6'5"? 6'5", 6'6" and a half, 280 pounds starting out. So, I like what we got going on. Let's see. And looking at the portal, Sterling Dixon, Ty Lockwood, one of the tight ends, he's dipping. I never saw Sterling Dixon play at linebacker. I just don't remember it. And Ty Lockwood, I don't remember that either. Let's see. King Mack, I think I already announced that he was leaving a couple of shows back. Jeremiah Alexander, a linebacker, is left. Jashawn Ross. And I think everybody else you're up to date on right now. J.R. Gardner went in on the second, and Amari Jefferson, another receiver, left, along with Jaron Hamilton. Jaron Hamilton left the day after the bowl. Give me back that goodie bag. And many of the second jumpers, it's like Coach Prime would say, it's like the portal is where careers go to die. A lot of these second jumpers are getting dropped into nothingness for real, because people got to remember when they enter into the portal, there's already like 6,000 people in there. I think some of them walk on places and maybe they never take their name out. I don't know how it really works, but you got to be careful. And I just say, the grass is not always greener. So parents, direct your children, because these folks, they don't know what they're doing until they turn about 27 years old. The additions currently for Tide are really funny about this guy. His name is Arkel Anugwan. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, sir, because he is 6'6", 325 pounds, but I tell you, and I stand on it, I don't like your school. He's coming from Ball State, y'all. 6'6", 325 pounds. If he's anything like Graham Nicholson, he got to come to I don't know, live up the name of Ball State, because I have not been pleased with Graham Nicholson. For him to be the award winner, I just knew he wasn't ready, kicking in front of these big crowds that we have. So hopefully Arkel can stand on it and make it happen. Of course, we got Nikhil Hill Green coming in from Colorado at linebacker. Isaiah Horton is coming over from the U that I usually boo. He's a receiver, 6'4", 205. That's a big guy. And if he can jump, he got big hands, long arms, that's going to make him a even bigger guy. Cam Newberry is coming over from Texas A&M. Inside offensive lineman, which we do need those because we got some shifting going on. We're supposed to have 3 returners back, but I'll get to that in a minute. Who else we got coming in here? Cameron Calhoun's coming in all the way from Utah. I guess he didn't like the salt. But I think Cameron Calhoun, as I said earlier, they had a pre-established relationship with Caleb DeBoer when he was at Washington. And then we have Kelby Collins, defensive lineman, coming over from the Gators. People are pretty high on him because he was rated pretty high up. Going back to the chat, we got Lynn Shaneyfelt. How you doing, Ty? I think Greg would be asking us for money in the next 3 or 4 days. No, I don't know if you've seen the video. You can go check out his ex. He already been rattling the cup. He got change in there. I think it was gold coins, but he was shaking it up. You need to join your Alabama. Yeah, find a place to fit in. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Get in there. We need the money. I don't know who. I guess we don't have too many billionaires outside of the yellow fella. He's a Auburn dude. So we got to find out where the money is coming from. Somebody got to get some money. We need some money. I ain't even going to lie. Thank you for checking in with us. It's me said, we've been looking at the portal wrong. 30 freshmen, 30 starters, 30 that might come and go. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just, I hate to go on a little long spiel here, but until they come to the point of doing, in my opinion, I listened to Coach JB. He was talking to Sean King. Used to be the quarterback for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He moved around a lot. And they were talking about putting people under contracts, and this school, they got to have a salary cap based on, if the quarterback got to get $1 million and this person got to get $1 million. They don't realize this has already been adjudicated in court. What you think giving somebody $150,000 scholarship was? It's an amount that you gave to somebody and you said that's all you deserve. You can't put caps on stuff on people, man, unless they got a CBA. You got to have a collective bargaining agreement. Now, how do you collectively bargain with people that's coming and go every 3 to 5 years? I don't know. But the average career in the NFL, what? It's less than 4 years. I think it's like 3 1/4, as a matter of fact. You got to do it. Hockey, huh? WNBA, whatever. We're not going to pay you guys nothing. Okay, they accepted that. Y'all get your viewership up. We give you more money in WNBA. Okay. It determines when you could. All these coaches are going crazy. Coach Kurt Cutter, people going crazy. Oh, good coaches lost. Somebody take the job. Kurt Cutter been coaching for 42 years. Yeah, and he probably been getting over on folks for 35 years. New day, bro. You going to quit? Fine. You don't like it? That's fine, too. It ain't like it's going to reverse the federal court decision. What y'all want to do? But he said that while they was in the playoffs, they had players getting offered 2, 5, 10 times more than they were getting at Boise State. And he has had enough. I think you have had enough. 40 years? 40, yeah. Just let somebody else do the job. I think I went on a tangent there. Okay, let's go. Going back to Lynn Shaneyfield. He dropped the pass at Alabama that ruined his chances that he was a 5-star. Oh, I missed this one. Said David Palmer's likeness. I think he's going to be special. Yeah. I want to say if you're talking about Lassie Brooks, he reminds me a lot of David Palmer, Freddie Millens, and was it Javier Arenas? Yeah, not Gilbert. Javier Arenas, the cousin. He reminds me. I just saw one game. He was just running touchdowns. I mean, it could be the league he was in or something. I don't know, but I saw his jumping ability. He jumps. He's kind of like he has a lot of he has a good vertical leap for somebody that's 5'10", and they don't, 5'10" is pretty good. There's a lot of 5'10" people dunking. So, let's see. Keelan Russell has arrived in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, I was going to get to that. I know we had some guys come in. My favorite too. Luke Metz, I'm sorry, and Duke Russell, both of them from Georgia. And we have I'm gonna get to that in a second. Lynn, one more time. I hate we lost Justin Owonkwo at linebacker. I thought he made. I didn't see his name. He had great size and speed. Did he just enter the portal? I wrote some stuff down. I did most of this yesterday. I thought I was up to date on everything, but we will check it out here in a second. But according to John Michael at Bama Hammer, Kalen and the kids should be looking at wide receivers. And I was recently told that Coach Shepard is one of the best receiver coaches in the country. Everybody's trying to work with him. Well, he better get out there and work on his OC, Slick, help Slick get better or go get a replacement for Slick. And he need to work on his people skills because we have 6 wide receivers, which is a lot to walk away from such great tutelage provided by Coach Shepard. So, that's what I was told. If it's true, it's true. That's fine. But I'm going to name them. K-Law has left the building. Kobe Prentice left the building. Caleb Odom left the building. Matter of fact, I think Odom went to Ole Miss. Emmanuel Henderson, those are the ones I think have played. All those guys played. Also, Jaron Hamilton, Amari Jefferson. And I want to remind you, too, Caleb Cunningham flipped his commitment to Ole Miss. Caleb Cunningham was a 5-star who was initially signed to Alabama, but he dipped kind of in the middle of the season. Was it money? Was it the only 2 people catching the ball here at Alabama? I don't know. So something was missing from old Coach Shepard, and I don't believe it was just money. I don't believe it was not for people that didn't even play, people that played sometimes, people that knew that they was next up. I don't know. It's just everybody left. There's inexperience in the backs and the offensive linemen. They need coaching, and the quarterback room needs a few coaches as well. They need to go out is there a coaches portal? Because maybe we can go get Dirk Cutter come down here for the right amount of money. We don't have to deal with. You don't have to look. Courtney Morgan is handling all the contracts. You ain't got to worry about it. Coach Cutter, come on down here, and I can fuss at you if you can give us a better offense. But the best Alabama defense since 2017, yes, that was during this era of Nick Saban, is looking pretty stacked. Finishing 2024 10th in scoring. I'm going to say it again. 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th in scoring this year. Go look it up. And if they can shave 40 yards per game off the rushing yards allowed, that should be worth 2 more victories, folks. They give up about 137. They can keep it on 100. That should be worth 2 more victories. And here's how the defense is shaping up. And as I just found out, it is subject to change. At Bandit, you have coming back. You have Keely, and Overton. LT Overton was out there doing some things, risking life and limb. James Smith has to come back. I think this will be his last year, even if he went pro. I think he's like a junior. He's a beast out there. Kelby Collins coming in. You got Devontae Henry and Steve Mboma. Let me see. I'm gonna say this: Steve Mbamoa. And Mr. Mbamoa, if I did not pronounce your name correctly, let me be the first to apologize, because I did watch your film from Canada. I did watch your film in your JUCO, and it's not that I'm afraid to go head up with you. It's just that at my age, that could be fatal. Seriously, you can't hit me like that. I wouldn't even have a chance to sue you. Nose tackle Tim Keenan said he was coming backed up by Beeman. Q Russo and Yanzi at Wolf position. Ooh! Mike linebacker Nikhil Hill-Green coming in from Colorado. Justin Jefferson, they may battle it out for that one. Justin knows the plays at least. Lawson said he was coming back, and that's why I saw they say Okoronkwo was still coming back, but maybe he's not. It works out because we got experience back there either way. And then in the backfield, we have Lawson at Steen, but also we have Damani Jackson, Dijon Lee, who I just mentioned, Deshaun Jones, who I think is who came over from University of Charlottesville. You got Xavier Brown, the hero of the Georgia game, backed up by Cameron Calhoun, Zay Mincy, Red Morgan. I'm telling you, this defense may be some fire. I want to start the season in about 30 days, but they won't let me do it. I think we're going to be all right. Let's see what Ismi is there right here. Let's see. AU people drinking Kool-Aid. Almost half the team graduated into the portal. They and Freeze are done. Don't tell them that. I was going to tell you to go watch my friend's show over there at Auburn Addicts, and I think Nick is on right now over there at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. And you got Bubba and the Old Man. It's like laughter is good for the soul. So watching them talk about how they're going to get to 8 wins or 9 wins, it's kind of funny. It's real funny, as a matter of fact. But you already know, like I said, we got Duke Johnson, Luke Metz, and 2 or 3 others, probably several, on campus right now. And I know Luke Metz and Duke Johnson are learning exactly how they're going to tackle right through fools' bodies. However, we have to take these articles with a grain of salt. I read them, but you got to use some common sense. On one hand, they talked about the trenches not having experience, which I can agree. Then they talk about adding experience at running back. And I mean, Crimson Tide got 5 scholarship running backs, not to mention people who may be just walking on or trying. Yeah, Jam Miller coming back. Richard Young, you've seen him. Daniel Hill, we didn't see him. Kevin Riley, we probably hadn't seen him enough. And we have 4-star Ackland. I got to figure out how to pronounce his name. Ackland Deer coming over from Mississippi in the 2025 recruiting class. So here's my drag to all the mamas and papas out there. You got to excuse me. I've been watching Black Tree TV on YouTube. I mean, all weekend. I mean, 3 the Hard Way, A Piece of the Action. Y'all may have seen that at City Portier and the infamous Bill Cosby, Uptown Saturday Night. What y'all know about Madam Zenobia? Anyway, but let me wrap this up neat for you. Here we go. At some point, somebody needs to focus on directing coaches to the portal and importing some coaches in so they can do that real important thing, like coach players how to play correctly. That's all I want them to do. Let me check this chat and I'm going to get out of here. He's not going 100%. I know they get in now. Sometimes they try to, reevaluate, renegotiate. I wish they would renegotiate with Elijah because, it's not like he's the best lineman leaving of the 5. Does anybody know in the chat if Tyler Booker declared yet? That'll be interesting. It's me said you should keep Gronk open on the top. I'm running one laptop with this hand and I'm running the other laptop with this hand, so it's really hard to do. But just to be serious for a second, that's all I do have for this week. Remember to join me next Monday at 7:30 for Around the Herd right here. Unless it's a major holiday, you won't find me here. One of those lesser holidays, yeah. But the major holidays, I'm ain't gonna be here. And before you go, please poke that like button right in the eye. And please remember to join me on Iron Bowl Debates, where I talk with my partner DC over there from Auburn Addicts, try to convince him that he has this thing of college football all wrong 100%. So we go live Wednesday at 6 p.m. and we're unknown on our time on Friday, but we will be out there. So be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll know when I drop a video or when we go live. So just join us. You bring the happy fingers and I'll provide deep thoughts and laughs. Click on the bell to get those notifications. And tell your Tide friends about how about they can follow me on YouTube here at Tight Sports, Blue Sky, or Facebook. And they can find me at Tight Sports Talk on X. And go over and support Sharpshooters Podcast because they rolling with the Tide as well. And like I said, I relieve stress by going over to listen to and sometimes heckle, jeer, insult, whatever, the people over there at Water Cooler Talk Podcast, Bubba and Old Man, and Auburn Addicts. You know, all they do is they spend their time trying to find a way or try to guide Hugh Freeze to 8 victories. 8 victories. But check them out. It's hysterical over there. They really help me build, restore, or make my belief in the Tide even that much stronger. Or has more people coming to the chat. Lynn says, I like to see Bama move Jefferson from the middle. He's just too light. He get pushed around way too much. I did notice he was a little undersized. I thought the other guy that just left, he was like a 213-pound linebacker. I was like, I know things are kind of changing, but they ain't changed that much. Pick your weight up, son. It's me said nothing on Booker. Okay. Booker is 100% gone. Okay. So, you know, I'm sure he'll announce it pretty soon, but it would be a nice piece to keep. It would be a real nice piece to keep. But we do have Gino Vandermark, who's kind of ready to go just in case. And we got some guys coming in. It's going to be some real competitions on that offensive line. I mean, some real competition, especially if we can get Grub to come on through. Come on, Grub. You ain't doing nothing. They got to pay you your money. You come down here and get some more money. They don't even conflict. There's no conflict. But with all of that, thank you guys for joining me. Lynn, thank you for dropping through. It's me. Thank you for dropping through. And anybody who plugged into us today, thank you for dropping through Around the Herd right here with your boy Tight. And you know how I do it. Always remember. Roll, Tide, roll.